I had a YouTube items 349. This is my Gorren Head shelf layout. It's an update, just a little update video of what I've done. If you watched the previous video, you would notice that I've removed all the buildings and platform, just leaving a few little tiny one down there and stuff. In my last video, I said I was going to do a little update with a bit more detail. Well, I've changed my mind actually about that. Is what I've done is this grey all around the back. I've had to repaint it. It's dry, it's still wet at the moment, so it's going to become a darker colour. But basically this here is where all the paths and roadways and things like that are going to go. So if you remember that house that I built, that sat here, and these two here line up with the doors. So you can see pathways into either door. Then if you follow it round, you remember I had a goods shed around the back here. There was a station, well, then I had the building inside, access doors around the back, and a little ramp that's out on the side. The little ramp is this here. That sits on the side about there. Then you've got the building next to it, and yeah, so that's drying. When that's done, I'm going to do a bit on the grass, because at the moment you can't really see it. It's quite plain grass. It's no depth to it. It's just literally green. So I'm going to have to add some depth to the grass. Then attach down the building. Stick that down. I'm obviously not going to do that until the very last thing, just in case I have to remove it again. Then comes detailing. Now this building here, which I've done, let me just find. Okay, these two buildings are from the same set, and you can see the unweathered one on the right and the weathered one on the left. And as you can see, the left one is slightly dark. It's got a green tinge to it, like moss or rot almost growing off bits of wood, like this isn't used. I've also painted the top of the chimney pot red, and again I weathered that. It's not very clear, but the roof, it's not clear at all. The roof has actually got a bit of weathering on it, just a little bit around the chimney, and like water streaks all the way down. So that's how I've weathered that building there. Now this one here, I'm going to try and work out a way of changing it into a station platform building, possibly by actually cutting out the door, maybe changing this into sort of like a pay sort of station, something like that, and then I'm going to attach that onto the back of my station platform. Now, the last video I did, I showed you how I made my station. Now, this one here is 90% complete. It's just minus. It's just minus the final detail on the front and the greenery, but I can't do that until it's stuck down. So what happened is you've got the grey concrete look almost on the top. Then around the front here, the black lines I did by hand, just with a biro pen. The reason I did that and didn't make it very accurate was because the age I'm basing my layout on, this here wouldn't have been very accurate. It would have been all rough cuts, and they would have found pieces that just fit together. So that's the reason of that. And the black there is meant to act like mortar or cement sort of thing in between the slabs. So yeah, that there is done. The last thing I need to do is paint a very thin yellow line, just all the way on along that little very dull black line there. That will go all the way around, and that will be the top finished. And what I was saying about the platform building, it will sit something like there. If you look from the side, it's overhanging, so I'll have to build something around the back to hold it upright, but it will sit something like that, almost bang in the middle of the platform area like that. So yeah, just put that away. Not much else has changed. The only thing is I found this from my old layout. It's an Ocean 7-plank wagon body. So yeah, I'm going to go and try and buy try and buy some wheels for this, and just stick it down on the top, bit of glue will hold it down, so sort of a bogey, sort of like that. Exactly the same as all I'm looking for. And that there will add me an extra wagon very cheaply. The final thing is I've finally decided where I'm going to put my signal. Now, this is about the only place where I can really fit it in correctly, and it looks to scale, because down the other end where it was originally down here, the signal was actually taller than the tree and can look massive compared to the house. I didn't think it looked very good, so after a little bit of when all the buildings were on, I just kept a little look around, and this is where I'm going to put it. Now, it's obviously not going to sit on this big black piece of metal. What I'm going to do is cut into the actual hill here, like you would if you saw a little cutting coming into it, just a rectangle, remove, sticking this right in the back corner, and that will still give me enough movement of this lever here to make the signal move, which thankfully is sort of what I want. So that will sit about there somewhere. So yeah, there's not much else to say about this layout. I am actually going to do another video tonight. A friend of me asked about building a layout, and he wanted me to give him a track design, and I said, yeah, I'll do a little video for him. If he checks it out and just sees what he thinks. But there's a few little tips which I picked up from building the layout. I think I should pass on, especially on the design bit. So yeah, that's the layout. Now the only other thing which I've done is I made an effort to remove my old fish tank. There is a reason I'm going down this route, just hang on. And that was to give me this. This here is metal table, wooden base. It gives me a shelf and stuff, and it's very good for storing all of my paint down the bottom, brushes, any little bits of scenery, gravel, paintbrush, things like that. The reason I didn't have one of these before, so whenever I wanted to make a video, I would have to clear everything off the layout. So what you didn't see is the great big messy pile behind me when I made these videos. This here will make me a lot easier. It gives me a little workstation just here. Allows me to work on any detailing, building stuff, things like that. It will also make it a bit easier for me to make videos on how I build stuff, because I used to use my computer desk, which wasn't the best idea when there was a computer just behind it. So yeah, I would really suggest to people to get something like this, either just a shelf or a desk, a big desk or something like that. You really do need some place that you can do all your work on to stop your layout getting paint splodges on it, damaging things, little things like that can make you sort of not really act well, I suppose, angry that you've sort of like ruined your layout and you've got to go over that bit again, and it's just a waste of time almost. So yeah, really, I've had this 3 days now. I've set it all up. It's been unbelievably useful. I tried doing a bit of weathering on one of these wagons. You can't see it at all, as you can see I haven't done very well at the moment. I need to go out and buy some more weathering powder, and all of underneath here, these are all going to be weathered. I've done a little bit on the top here, just there. That sort of shows you what the weathering looks like. But yeah, with this extra space here, I found it a lot more easier. So yeah, there's not much more else to say, other than I will be doing a very short video, only 2 or 3 minutes, once all the paint has dried, and I've put down the platforms, the goods shed, the house, and that will really show you how the layout is starting to look. I will hopefully by that time also have the signal attached down. So yeah, thanks for watching this. Please subscribe to my channel and leave any comments. Right, cheers.